My name is Levi, and this is Abbey. Pastor Keith asked us to share a little bit about our lives.
So we recently moved into Community First Village. This is a development of tiny homes that offers affordable housing and a supportive community to those coming out of long-term homelessness here in Austin. It's a part of Mobile Loaves and Fishes, which started out as a food truck ministry that just brought meals to people in the homeless community in Austin. And then based on those relationships formed by the founders, they sort of dreamed up this community where people can be lifted off the streets, given a home, and then given an opportunity to get to know their neighbors, have resources they need for addiction and trauma recovery, as well as expressive outlets. There is a organic farming operation here, a cinema, art studio, music collective, wood shop, forge, auto body shop, all kinds of opportunities to be involved with others and earn a dignified income.
So, Abby and I started volunteering here about 2 years ago, just a little over 2 years ago when we moved to Austin. Um, we were interested in just volunteering opportunities, and we found that we really liked it out here because there's so much to do. There's a lot of relational things that can be done here, and that was just really awesome. So we are considered missionals now that we moved out here. A missional is someone whose main job is just to be a good neighbor to the people around. And then we also have smaller duties where we might go and check on someone maybe once a month because they've been flagged as, a new person or someone who might be at risk, whether it's, a physical ailment or a mental illness or something like that. We might go check in on them, make sure they're doing okay. And we end up forging some really cool friendships because of that.
Yeah. We started to feel the Lord's call toward working with homeless people in our dating life. We would go out, take a homeless person out for a meal when we were in Bloomington, Indiana, doing our degrees. And then when we moved here, we felt immediately called to Community First as soon as we saw it. But at that point, we felt like the Lord was telling us to wait as far as moving in. And then once we've sort of established more permanence here in Austin, we decided that it was time to initiate the discernment process. So that was about 9 months of prayer and reading and working with a mentorship to determine if living out here was the right choice.
So God's doing some pretty amazing things out here. He's lifting people off the streets into permanent homes, which is a really, really amazing thing. Um, when people come off the streets, there's quite a bit of baggage, as you might expect. A lot of things to work through, including addictions. So we get to play a small part in that by being neighbors of someone who's recovering usually from something that's really difficult, and we might even have the blessing of being involved in that process in one way or another, whether it's offering an ear to listen or a tangible resource or something like that, to help that person along in their process.
The main way you guys can be supporting us is through prayer. We'd ask for prayer just that we would be able to extend God's grace to those around us, that He would give us His eyes and ears for our neighbors, and then finally, and maybe most importantly, that we wouldn't be acting out of our own strength, but out of His, and that He would just fill us up every day to serve others well. Um, Another thing is, if you are musically inclined, I have a digital concert series I'm doing with some of my neighbors out here to give them an online platform to share their music. If you'd like to come out and help in some way or play music with our neighbors, that would be awesome. We just want to thank you all so much for your prayers and support. It means a lot to us.